Hey folks, hope you enjoyed the podcast. This free teaser of the main episode features 10 posts, but you can get the full episode with an additional 20 posts, plus our witty banter and all that good stuff, plus fun segments like MGTOW and This Ain't It Chief, plus a preview of next week's episode, only over at patreon.com/reportthispost. Not only that, but there's an additional bonus episode every week for our beautiful patrons and other fun stuff, all available at patreon.com/reportthispost. Help support the show. It'll do a lot for us. It'll make us feel better about spending all of our goddamn free time looking up posts for your guys' amusement. And enjoy the show. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 133 of Report This Post, the podcast about bad posts and bad people. My name is Geiger and that is Christian.
Give it away now!
And we are your hosts with the posts. Every week, Christian, myself, or a listener select a different topic and then find horrible posts for your listening pleasure. And this week's topic, as chosen by a listener named Katie for someone named Nick, is the Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's right, folks. Your ears are not deceiving you. We're doing an entire episode about this fucking band, thanks to Katie.
Thanks, Katie.
We appreciate it. I'm assuming Katie went to our modest little e-commerce store.
That's correct.
This topic.
She went to reportthispost.storeenvy.com, got it, and purchased the episode topic for, I believe, her spouse or boyfriend or
mortal enemy would be my guess, because this topic is brutal. You can do the same thing. Head on over there, or you can go to patreon.com/reportthispost and become a second tier or third tier member. Don't remember what we called any of those things. Look, you go over there.
God damn.
We are the absolute best businessmen. And for me, it's pretty much my only business, so you think I would be a little more on top of it, but head on over there. It's all. Look, I wrote everything down for you. You don't need to hear me. You already hear me read you these great posts and make fun of Christians, so I don't need to read off the details for the tiers. You just go over there yourself, find out. And something you may notice if you go over there is a new thing that we have, as we are inching closer to 500 total patrons, which is pretty awesome. We have a new goal in mind to get us to 500 patrons. What we decided to do, once we hit that number, we're going to do a special Patreon-only episode dedicated entirely to our good friends over at stormfront.org. We will have a whole episode of nothing but Stormfront posts, and boy, will that be one of the best episodes yet. I have no doubt about that.
It will be your favorite,
it will
for
be,
sure.
Oh man, so we are going to say some fun things on that one. Plus, we'll find some bad posts to read as well. They'll be very racist and undoubtedly very fun and uncomfortable. You'll be able to hear Christian blushing as we reveal some things from certain posters that are similar to the kind of thoughts that he has, but he cannot ever say over the line.
Get the hell out of here.
Because of some white guilt bullshit he's got going on.
God, will you stop? Come on.
Patreon.com/reportthispost. And not only that, but we are now in April, And the 19th of April, that's a Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing our third ever live show over Zoom. And you, our wonderful listeners, will be invited to join us, but only if you are a patron. So you're going to want to sign up today to get all those great things we just talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meantime, we're going to talk about the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Now, Christian, what is your history with this band?
Well, so this would be a band that was very big when I would say both you and I were in fourth grade. Would be when like everyone I knew really got into it.
Yes.
And it was what was on. There used to be this channel on the television called MTV, and they would show music videos, and those music videos from this band would be in heavy rotation. They were very popular with a certain set of people that smoked the marijuana, and I think famously the thing I remember about them the most is that Weird Al did a parody song of them. So,
yeah, they were kind of ripe for all that shit. Yeah, I remember my first, I guess, enjoyment of them, possibly my only, was I do remember MTV when their song "Soul to Squeeze" from the Conehead soundtrack was on MTV in 1993, and I remember watching that as an 8-year-old, because it was the video was like set in a
circus,
like a freak show. And I always thought, as a youngster, I thought that stuff was very interesting. And I didn't dislike the music necessarily. That came with time, with Red Hot Chili Peppers. Had to sort of grow into that.
I had to grow into disliking their music, yeah.
To be fair, I've never really hated them. I've just have never thought about them.
Yeah, it's not something that I'm like, boy, I really could listen, like, I could really listen to this right now. Although it is something that if I hear it in, like, public, I do kind of grimace. It's one of the... Boy.
Yeah, well, especially, like, some of their later, like, real poppy stuff is just so bad.
Sure.
Like, some of the earlier stuff I can understand, like, all right, it's kind of grating, but I can see the appeal because at least it's interesting, and
I think
Anthony Kiedis isn't like trying to sing something he's not capable of doing when he's doing his little scat bebop bullshit. Yeah. Like, fine, that works with with Flea's slapping bass. It's like, okay, we got something here. But when he's trying to do his soulful thing, combined with pop, it's so shitty.
You know, I think
so bad.
The thing is, they really are of a certain time. Like, they feel like they are frozen in 1991. Like, it... Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, they're kind of this... They're not grunge, but they're not... It's from an odd era of whatever the hell they were doing.
We have a couple people that have put them into different categories here in the episode.
Yeah. Well, we might as well get to that while we're here. Might as well hear what some of these people have to say about their favorite band, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Thanks again, Katie, for this one. I hope you're enjoying this one, Nick.
There's going to be a lot of that, too. This one's from our Red Hot Chili Peppers, which you guys have probably noticed we had to dip into quite a few times.
Yeah.
User Fontanalis KK posted... As a girl, Red Hot Chili Peppers makes me feel sexy. Yeah. I've always found that many of their songs make me feel turned on. They definitely have some songs with provocative lyrics, but even a lot of their more PG songs are still super hot to me. Does anyone else have any particular ones that make them all hot and bothered? Ugh. Entity Orion replied... I go into one of the local clubs on karaoke night just to sing Sir Psycho Sexy. It's mostly a frat bar, which I am nothing like, but I like to really make a show out of it making obscene gestures. When the line, "now suck my dick," comes up, I usually turn some heads. I enjoy the frat bro hate, and the sorority girls love me for the rest of the night. But Apache Rose Peacock may as well give me a hard-on every time.
Apache Rose Peacock. So that's the name of one of their songs. Apparently.
Sure.
Let's go ahead and review the lyrics to Apache Rose Peacock to see just how hot and sexy this song is. Sitting on a sack of beans, sitting down in New Orleans. You wouldn't believe what I've seen sitting on that sack of beans. Lunatics on pogo sticks. Another southern fried freak on a crucifix. Hicks don't mix with politics. People on the street just kicking to the licks.
Oh, boy.
Oh, good brother, just when I thought that I had seen it all, my eyes popped out, my dick got hard, and I dropped my jaw. I saw a bird walking down the block, name Apache Rose Peacock. I could not speak, I was in shock. I told my knees to please not knock.
I like how you're reading this like in a nursery rhyme pentameter.
It is 100% Dr. Seuss at this point. A little boy came along, name of Louis Armstrong. Said that girl who left me silly, she liked the looks of me and my Willie.
Oh, no.
I kiss your hair, your skin so bare. I'll take you with me, girl, anywhere. You farewell in stormy weather. I never met a girl that I like better. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, shining down on my blue car, driving down the boulevard. She was soft and I was hard. Yeah, this guy. The reason why this sounds like it's for babies is because it's actually for babies. And
this guy just puts it on, and he's listening to him just jacking off furiously as the song plays.
Yeah, when he says "Twinkle, twinkle, little star," I can't help but just stroke my fat, meaty hog. But hey, I'm not some frat guy. Don't get it twisted, all right?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm the antithesis of that.
I know a couple guys who do the karaoke thing where they pick a song that has profane lyrics to be interesting. Maybe, I don't know. Is that what they think they're doing?
Yeah.
It doesn't really work generally, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's like a funny song like Clarence Carter Strokin', which is just a fun song in general, but it's also about getting sucked off in the back of a car.
It has to be a non-ironic, funny song.
Yeah.
You can't do I don't know, Ween or something like that. Or Weird Al.
Or you be the guy that picks Hair of the Dog just so you can say, now you're messing with a son of a bitch, but that's the only part of the song you sing, and then you let the rest of it just play out.
Well, that's fun, yeah.
Like you don't sing any, you just do just the curse words. That's fun.
Yeah. That's a fun idea, yeah. Boy, whenever you would hear a song like that on the radio where they would say bitch, as a kid, you're like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Is this legal?
Call the FCC. Pull the car over. Get to a payphone.
I remember even first time I heard like Highway to Hell by AC/DC. I was like, good God. This is...
Pull your shirt up over your face. You're like, oh no.
This is frightful. So great. We're going to hear a lot from that subreddit. For example, this next post is sort of a meta commentary on that. User Reservoir Frog noticed a trend in RHCP and had to comment with this thread. Can we all agree that no one wants to see your sloppy guitar covers? Ooh. Don't get me wrong. Every so often, someone knocks it out of the park or covers an interesting song or an interesting way. But 99% of the time, they're not good. More like, hey, here's my cover of Danny California. I forgot to tune my guitar, LOL. Yerba Buena 4 said, and yet here you are, clicking on and listening to them anyways. It's literally so easy to just scroll on if you're not interested. And user Quactus added, you seem narrow-minded. Let people do their own things. It's not really a great mindset to forbid people to post stuff online. It petered out after that, but I wanted to point out that on Aquatus's profile, his most recent thread is on r Ask Me Anything. I'm French and living in France. Ask me anything.
Hey, I got one for you. How are the fries there? You fucking frog. Go to hell.
This guy has such an interesting life. First of all, he's French, and he lives in France. I got all sorts of questions for this guy.
Trey Unique, yes.
Aren't they supposed to be
and
like
yet he spends a lot of time on the Red Hot.
What's some fucking French
spends
asshole?
a lot of time on the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So
Yeah.
it must be a hell of a time living in France if that's what you're doing.
Don't they have like culture over
Yes,
there?
the Chili Peppers are very. Yeah, they're supposed to. It's supposed to be like very cultured over there. But
These assholes listening.
this
to
guy's
Ketis and Flea fucking go nuts.
this guy's beret on. He's just chain smoking cigarettes and eating a really long loaf of bread.
Yep.
Bobbing his head along. This is great. Sacre bleu. I love the Chili Peppers. Ugh. Great.
That's it. That's what they say.
Dr. Dukakis posted, I am Anthony Kiedis' nephew. What's up? Ask me anything over on
Perfect.
Reddit.
This is another
Question-
this is an even better example of what should be going on there.
Questions included the standard, is he cool? What's your favorite Chili Peppers song? Have you ever gotten to go backstage? Etc. But this one from Koshunka really stood out. In all caps, what does your uncle smell like?
Okay.
To which Dr. Dukakis replied, years worth of B.O. It's kind of charming in a weird, musky way, though.
That is not at all surprising. You can sort of
yeah,
just sense the smell of him, right?
He doesn't look unclean, but he doesn't
Yeah.
look like he's super hygienic. Yeah.
Yeah, he just looks, just like, I'll catch the shower tomorrow. I've had a busy day. I'll deal with that tomorrow.
You're supposed to wash your sheets, you said. Okay.
Well, weekend's coming up. It's Tuesday, so I'll get around to it then. That's when I'll wash the sheets. Oh, weekend was too busy, so I guess I'll get around to it next weekend. Yeah, you can just.
I was
pick
too
it.
busy being a celebrity.
And I would imagine Flea smells the same, if not worse.
I would say probably worse. I believe he's a vegan, and usually the people that are on that diet have a real gassy problem.
Now, what about the Will Ferrell looking drummer? What's that guy smell like?
Axe body spray.
I don't think we found any posts about that, but
I think he's like the most normal guy.
but if you folks aren't aware, look up Chad Smith, the drummer from Red Hot Chili Peppers, and he is a clone of Will Ferrell. It's very odd how much they look alike.
He's just a normal dude. I don't think he does anything.
He drums in a rock
odd.
and roll band.
And we love him for it.
That's the one word I would use for sure. User Lady Staggers posted this thread titled "Achievement Unlocked. Come at me, bro," on our crippling alcoholism. Bender Ender Girl here. I get up, puke a few more times, take a benzo or two, hop in the car to go to the post office. I had to finally pick up the Tupi and Bennu stuffed animal I ordered on Amazon before I lost my credit card. As I'm driving there, in my sputtering, stuttering 15-year-old car with basically no transmission, I keep hearing a bumping noise. Thank goodness I know how to fix that. I turned up the Red Hot Chili Peppers on the radio. Get to the post office. She tells me I don't have the right ID. I give her a look that I think she understood as, "I will cut you right here." So she gave me the package and I walked to my car, which is when I see that the muffler is hanging on the ground and the whole exhaust system looks like it's clinging on for life. Get back in the car. Drive this coughing, stalling mess home, and the car too. Crack open the beer and open the Tupi and Bennu stuffed animal package to start wrapping it. It's not Tupi and Bennu at all. It's a Toronto Maple Leafs jersey in my size with Marner's name and number on it. Ain't even mad. So I don't know what most of what that meant. I just know I hated it.
Tupi and Benu appears to be some sort of like a foreign cartoon about a giant mouse and a small cat.
Great.
So that's cool.
She bought it to wrap it for somebody.
Yeah, it must have been a gift. Must have been a child's gift. So terrifying to think that she's going to be going to a children's birthday party. But I'll tell you what, the fact that that Toronto Maple Leafs jersey showed up that she didn't remember ordering is a truly blessed existence. Mm-hmm. She lives. Good for her. Wish her the best. Have fun on your next blacked out trip to the post office. Lady Staggers.
Great.
Achievement unlocked. Come at me, bro. You hate to see it.
With all that, I'm still not sure what the hell's going on there. But this is a lot of posts like that in Our Crippling Alcoholism where they just sort of narrate some bizarre part of their life. Clearly not sober. And it's all the better for it.
Good for them. Cool. Well, your DJ Skull Blaster, speaking of cartoons for little baby fuckfaces, posted Bojack and Joe Frusciante on, is that how you say it?
Frusciante.
John Frusciante on our Bojack Horseman. I doubt this is intentional and more just me noticing similarities between the two situations, but the overdose of Sarah Lynn and River Phoenix strike me in that they both involve celebrities who went on to conquer their demons and live better lives as a result. Sarah Lynn was sent on her relapse and downward spiral as a result, albeit the bare minimum of pushing from Bojack. He was right next to her when she died, yet has faced zero to no consequences as a result. Red Hot Chili Peppers guitarist John Frusciante, say it again.
Frusciante?
Frusciante, thank you, was with the actor River Phoenix the night he died. According to musician Bob Forrest, Frusciante and Phoenix would do large amount of drugs together, embarking on huge binges and barely, if ever, slept. On October 30th, 1993, Frusciante and Phoenix arrived at a club together to meet up with Phoenix's family and friends. River overdosed on the sidewalk that night. Frusciante has never commented on River's passing and is unknown where he was at the time of Phoenix's death. I'm not trying to insinuate anything or imply anything on anyone's part. I just noticed the similarities between the two scenarios while reading about them and thought it interesting. Zero comments.
Good. So, yeah, this is Sarah Lynn, a character from Bojack Horseman, died from overdosing on heroin. Which is what this is about. Pretty rare to see that in a cartoon, I would say.
Sure. Well, it's a cartoon. It's dark.
That's
it's for
right.
Adults. It's
according to Wikipedia, the critical response for this episode where this happened, the episode received widespread acclaim from critics. Les Chappelle, writing for the AV Club, gave the episode an A. He praised the development of Bojack's character and the show's movement from a comedy to a drama, stating that Bojack Horseman wants to believe that his life is a sitcom. Bojack is even close to being a sitcom. For all its bright colors, absurd images, and a plethora of puns, it's a show whose path is littered with broken things, a dark and uncompromising world more on par with prestige cable dramas. And that is why I'll never watch that piece of shit, because that sounds really bad. Plethora of puns is the last thing I want to hear with a show that's supposed to have something resembling comedy.
No.
And, because puns are the easiest thing in the world, and typically people who like puns a lot are called pedophiles.
Okay,
and,
hey, I known to enjoy a pun or two, so I think we need to back off.
Well, I think you need to back off the pedophilia myself.
Okay, all right. What's your next post?
Yeah, so eventually we'll do a Bojack episode.
I hope. God, I hope not. It makes me depressed thinking about it, not because of like the subject matter of the show, just the general thought of it makes me depressed.
It just seems so not... It just seems of the time with what people think good TV is, and they're just completely wrong about it.
Bring back Tuka and Birdie before I kill myself.
And also Tupi and Binu, whatever the hell that was. I'm sure they're all related in some way, the same universe.
If you don't bring Eek the Cat back to HBO Max, I am going to shoot up a high
Eek
school.
the Cat, same era as the Soul to Squeeze video, if I recall correctly.
Just flipping back and forth between.
Yeah, literally, probably, yes. Yeah, it ran from 92 to 97, undoubtedly. Oh, man. That's something I should revisit and realize how wrong I was to enjoy that back then. 55 years ago. Well, the band Eve 6, speaking of the 90s, tweeted this out for some reason. I think history will smile on the Goo Goo Dolls and be kind of embarrassed about Green Day. Again, don't know why that was said. Don't know why that band is commenting on things like that. But what I found to be notable was an African-American gentleman responded to that with this. I think disrespecting nu metal bands like Green Day and RHCP is classist and ultimately racist because of how much black youth enjoy these bands and use them for identity building.
Nu metal? Nu metal?
Like
I
Green
am
Day
very
and Red Hot Chili
I am very stupid. Very stupid. And even I know that's not the case. That could be considered nu metal. That's absurd.
Yeah. And also, how is racist to disrespect the two of the whitest bands in history because some black kids somewhere enjoy it? That could be said for literally anything then. Well, I guess that's
right.
Possibly the case, yeah.
That is the white man's
That's
burden.
true.
Is you cannot comment on it.
All my submissions to Vulture are going to be for naught then. Yeah.
Good God.
Is Vulture
that
the
Eve
right?
6 guy?
Is
He's
Vulture the right thing to?
that was the music.
Okay.
What was it? Metal Music online magazine. Yeah.
Was it? I thought it was like a.
I think so.
I'm like,
not?
It's an American bi-weekly No, that's not. That's New York. It's something related to Vox, I believe.
I thought
It's a culture thing, online culture thing for New York Magazine.
Okay. Is Vox what you're thinking of?
No, Vulture. There's it's one of a dozen websites that you would just see an article posted, some sort of opinion about something in pop culture, and shared on Twitter that someone would be upset about, and I never know the difference between any of them. But here's the most popular articles on Vulture right now. Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker's UFC date got weird.
Okay.
Lil Nas X, Cardi B, and the anti-pop conservative outrage machine. The Real Housewives of New Jersey recap. So, yeah, it's all the good culture you love. All the stuff you want to hear all about. All 15 original Godzilla movies ranked. Well, that could actually be kind of fun.
That'd be fun. Hey, Travis Barker, that's that guy that black kids really look up to.
Classic nu metal musician, Travis Barker. Isn't he from Blink-182?
I don't know. They're all the same guy. They're all the same thing to me. I don't know. I don't listen to. It's a little too dark for my taste, if you know what I mean. The style of music they play.
He's
that Eve 6 guy. I'll tell you, he kind of went off the deep end during quarantine. I think you might have been off during his first exposure to trying to become the guy that. What was the Mountain Goats weird Twitter guy? He was trying to do that in 2020, year of our Lord. Mm-hmm. Really sad. Really sad.
Yeah. Stuff that was sort of passe, 6 years ago?
If not longer. Yep.
Well, it seemed to work.
Stinks.
Hey, we're still talking about it, so.
I muted and blocked him, so. A now deleted user
you don't
asked.
Have to do both of those, by the way. Just in case.
That's the double fuck you, just in case. An now deleted user asked, could someone help me with an ethics dilemma I have with the Red Hot Chili Peppers on our Red Hot Chili Peppers? I really love the Red Hot Chili Peppers music, but recently I've read things that disgust me. Anthony Kiedis, when in his 20s, had sex with a young teen several times. I also saw a video where the Red Hot Chili Peppers appear to be harassing a woman. Since knowing of these things, I've stopped listening to them. I've recently thought about listening again, but I only would if the whole underage thing with Anthony Kiedis wasn't true and if the video was supposed to be a bit.
Good bit.
Tommy Double Bass commented, well, John Lennon used to beat the shit out of his first wife. Just separate the music and the person. Miles Weeman replied, so if John Wayne Gacy was a great musician, all would be cool. Tommy Double Bass responded, no, but his music would be cool then. Honestly, you need to grow up. Every artist is a human and every human sucks. Just enjoy the good side of it. Miles Weeman came back with, and you're justifying beating the shit out of their wife because you like their music? Killing kids? Pfft, just separate the music from the person. Tommy Double Bass closed out the thread with this, learn how to read and then call me SJW.
Classic. It's wow. You don't see a lot of Gacy drops for usually. Like people usually just use like Hitler for this, but
Sure.
John Wayne Gacy's pretty good too. I kind of agree with Tommy Dell, but I really don't because I don't care about. Like I don't care if a musician's a good person, or like if I found out they were like really good, I'm like if their music sucks, I'm never gonna listen. I don't give a shit. So it's the same with bad. Like now maybe John Wayne Gacy, if his he'd probably have to be really good for me to like truly crank it up, but no, I wouldn't really care. Especially, look, these guys, they did a bit in a video 30 years ago. Sure, he had sex with a young teen, but he's a rock star. And it was the 80s, right?
And who wasn't having sex with teens back then, right?
Yeah, it was part of being
I mean, there's
famous.
very few people. I get what you, I can agree with you to a certain extent. The whole separate the art from the artist thing. There's some people that do terrible things, with like the exception of like Woody Allen, who has done some really horrendous things. I guess most people kind of get a pass, and also Anthony Kiedis is like 60 years old now, so I doubt he's even going to remember diddling. Yeah. 14-year-old or whatever.
The only real argument I get out of all that is like directly giving money to them. You don't want to do that, but if you're just like listening to them on Spotify, they're getting a hundredth of a penny anyway. So who gives a shit? It's just not that big of a deal. But I guess if you're going to be someone who like identifies with like. Because some of these people just sort of make this stuff their identity. So if that's the case, then you probably don't want to listen to it. But if you could just be a normal person and just listen to music without giving a shit, then yeah, you should be fine.
That's not going to happen.
From Reddit, Red Hot Chili Peppers is way better than all pop music. After being at work for the past 6 hours and listening to stupid pop music, it makes me realize how complex and beautiful Red Hot Chili Peppers truly are. Very little music inspires me as much as they do. Man, they're so good. And the Hybrid View said, nah, Chief. Lord, Charlie XCX, Carly Rae Jepsen, Perfume Genius, Lana Del Rey, Daft Punk, Frank Ocean, Janelle Monáe, Grimes, Ariana Grande, Casey Musgraves, Joanna Newsom, Tame Impala, Justin Timberlake, Father John Misty. Need I go on? Try not to make blanket statements about things unless you actually care to look at all the new and inventive, complex, and great pop music that's still coming out. And user JClarity123 responded, I'm 36 years old and have only heard of 7 of these artists and have listened to only one of them, and not on purpose. So if you young people want to know how old you have to be musically dead inside, it's 36. And I can say bullseye on that one.
Yep. I would say, yep. Jay Clarity is 100% correct. I'm going to say basically the same thing. I have heard those names. Do not know who these people are.
I've not heard of all of them, that's for sure.
I gotta be honest with you. When people started talking about Casey Musgraves, I was very confused for a long time why everybody was talking about Katie Lang, the famous '90s lesbian.
That's not even close. I don't know how you get that.
You know what? That's immediately. I'm like, oh, Katie Lang. Oh, I guess everybody's just discovering her.
How is that even possible?
Because I'm very stupid. Yeah,
that's true.
I think it's because it's Casey. My brain
really
read that as Katie.
But like the Musgraves is just so. You're like, oh, maybe she got married or something. She finally found a man and settled down. Mr. Musgraves.
Oh no!
It was just a phase she was going through, and now she found a good fella.
Just a 55-year phase. Finally out of it. Good Lord.
Perfume Genius. What the fuck is that?
Don't know.
Yeah, never heard that one before. Oh boy.
And I'm aware of Justin Timberlake from his acting.
Yes.
His acting that he's done.
Oh yeah, the guy who hosts SNL every once in a while. Sure.
Yeah. Is he in the 7 Club yet?
I actually like Tame Impala, but that's the extent of what I can say from this list. Yeah.
Well, Daft Punk. That's another one. We all R.I.P. to those guys who were on the flight that crashed into the Twin Towers in 2011.
Well, thankfully they had those. They had those helmets on. It helped. That's how they survived.
Boy, I'm fucking stupid. Found this post from Rebecca Billingham on the Chili Source, a Red Hot Chili Peppers fan page on Facebook.
Just so you know, Rebecca Billingham is not Reba McEntire. I know you're easily confused by letters that are almost similar.
Same haircut, though. Same haircut. It's that weird time between Christmas and New Year when nobody knows what day it is or even what time it is, and eating cookies and chocolate for breakfast and lunch and dinner is perfectly acceptable. So let's play a game I've borrowed from another band page to pass the time. Red Hot Chili Pepper albums and song titles, the COVID edition. Here are my efforts. Yes, I spent less than 5 minutes doing this. Great. COVID fornication. By the way, I tried to say I'll be there on Zoom. Blood Sugar No Sex Magic. And in parentheses, 2020 Boris Johnson banned sex between non-cohabitating couples edition.
Great.
So this lady's obviously from over the pond. I'm Not With You. I'm Self-Isolating re-release. Stadium Emptium. Didn't even try with that one. Freaky Styly, No Hairdressers or Clothes Shops Open remix. Mother's Milk, Shame Mother Has No Flour, Eggs, or Toilet Paper.
That's a 0 on that one.
The Don't Get Away. One Long Minute, The Hours Drag By in Isolation Edition. The Uplift Covo Vaccine Plan. And the last one here is the last one, probably the best one. Red Hot Toilet Paper.
Okay.
34 likes and 1 share on that, incredibly. So,
what sicko shared that thing?
Rebecca knocked it out of the park, babe. You did it. Thanks for taking all of 5 minutes, which in internet speak, when you say something takes 5 minutes, means you were doing that for 45 minutes.
She spent an afternoon on that.
Sitting there.
Yeah, that was during a Zoom meeting she should have been paying attention to. Didn't we have a listener last week or a bonus episode say he listened to an episode during a Zoom meeting or something like that?
Yeah, I had somebody message saying that he was listening during a Zoom meeting and was laughing with the audio off, camera on. So
that's
do more of that, folks. That's pretty good. Try to explain what you're. Yeah, I was listening to some guys talk about Jews getting circumcised and a bunch of people getting mad about it, but it was funny. Okay, great.
Were you paying attention to the meeting at all, or? Oh no. Nope.
No, absolutely not. No, never do, actually. Now that you mention
you should probably fire me, honestly.
What do we do here? quick question.
User MacAttack76 on Twitter, whose profile reads this: Twitch affiliate who combines his love of gaming and craft beer. Crack open a cold one with me on my Pixels and Pints stream. He tweeted this out in December of 2019. Okay, it's Star Wars week. It's The Witcher on Netflix week. Elder Scrolls Online is going to Skyrim. John Frusciante is back with hashtag RHCP. It's the week before Christmas. I can't keep calm.
Man, that stinks.
Also of note, he recently celebrated his 2,500th check-in on Untapped, which is the app for beer nerds, if you guys aren't aware. So he's logged 2,500 different beers onto Untapped.
Okay, now, this post in general is sick, but did a little math on this 2,500, and I want to say, giving the guy the benefit of the doubt here, let's say he joined Untapped 5 years ago. That's still 41 check-ins a month in order to total.
That sounds okay. I'm not. Look, I've been there. That's 41. Well, if they are new beers, that is.
Hey, if you're doing a mix and match pack at the old
this guy's going to
beer store,
breweries, and doing like flights of. He's the guy that gets the flight of everything, with his picture the jean shorts on this guy and how bright blue they are.
It's a guy. Yep, it's a guy with the hammer handle on it, the hammer hanger on it. He's got a zip-up hoodie that's a couple sizes too small. His ass crack is hanging out. He's on the corner end of the bar, and he has 4 to 5 beer paddles in front of him, and he is by himself.
Absolutely. And, or with the Guinness World Records for the least interested girlfriend on the planet sitting next to him, who has
her Nintendo Switch that she's playing.
Who is so over this, but also knows she can't do any better. Neither one of them can do better than the other one. So they're both just existing in the same little bubble. Just waiting to until something happens in life that triggers something. Don't know what, but just anything, please, something. Someone get cancer. Something happen, please. Anything of note. In the meantime, this guy's going to check in those delicious microbrews.